Okay, take a minute to read this problem slowly. This is going to be an application of a linear equation. So, we're going to identify what is our independent variable that corresponds to the x value and what is our dependent variable that corresponds to the y value. So I'm going to read this problem while you read it to yourself. In 1980, the average price of a home in Bernard County was $97,000. By 1986, the average price of a home was $109,000. Write a linear model for the price of a home P in Brainerd County as a function of the year T. And furthermore, we're going to let T equals 0 correspond to 1980. So let me first start by writing down what I know. I know that in 1980, the price of the home was $97,000. And I know that in 1986, the price of the home jumped to $109,000. Now, if I consider the XY axis, and according to the directions of this problem, we're going to let the x-axis represent time, or the year, so we're going to label it with a T, so that's going to be the year, and the y-axis we're going to represent with P of T, so that's going to be our y, and it represents the price. Alright, which means any point that lives on the line will correspond to a year and the price. Alright? Alright, so I'm going to write down also some formulas we're going to need in this problem. So one is the slope formula. So remember, if you have 2 points, then the slope is the difference in the y's over the difference in the x's. Alright, that's one of the formulas we're going to need. And we need point slope. So if we know a point on the line, then we plug it in. So y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. So we're going to need both equations. We'll call this first one A and the second one B in order to create our linear model. Alright, so back to this problem. Well, we are given 2 points, the year and the price, but we're given this instruction that time equals 0 corresponds to 1980. So that means this T right here, or the time here, corresponds to 0, which means in 1986, our time is 6, because that's 6 years past 1980. Alright, so from here, we have 2 points, 0, 97,000, and 6, 109,000. Alright, so here are my 2 points. We'll even say this one is x1, y1, and this one is x2, y2. So I have 2 points, which is all I need to find the equation of the line. So if we look at equation B, let's go over here and write that again in a different color. So using equation B, y minus, well, we want to plug in our y1, 97,000 equals the slope times x minus x1, which in this case is 0. So I used that point in my point slope formula. Alright, but I'm still missing my slope. But that's okay, because I'm now ready to use equation A. I have 2 points, so I have enough information to find the slope. So my slope is going to be the difference in the y's, so 109,000, that's my y2, minus my y1, which is 97,000, divided by the difference in my x's. So x2, which is 6, minus 0, which is x1. Alright, and if I work this out, I see the top becomes 12,000, and the bottom is 6, which, carrying out the division, I realize my slope is 2,000. Alright, so what that really means is my price is increasing of the home 2,000 per year. Alright, so now let's go back to equation B and plug everything in. So y minus 97,000 equals 2,000. Well, x minus 0 is just x, so I'm just going to write it as x. Now if I want to get it in the slope-intercept form, I just simply solve for y. So y equals 2,000x plus 97,000. This is the linear equation that models this relationship. All right, if I ask one more question, that is, let's come over here on the next page. What is the price of a home? I should say, according to this model, what is the price of a home in the year, let's say today, 2018? Okay, so remember what we decided, that t equals 0 corresponded to 1980. So in the year 2018, that should correspond to t equals 38. Right? Because that's 1980 was 38 years ago. All right, so remember our model, y equals 2000x plus 97,000. That's what we solved for on the previous page. So we want to know the price, so this is my p right here, is equal to 2,000 times 38 plus 97,000. All right, so a quick calculation will tell us, once we multiply the 2,000 times the 38 and add to 97,000, that the price of the home in the year 2018 is $173,000. Yowza.